Hey everyone, Rachel here. I'm an Oracle spiritual healer and guide, and I work with people one-on-one most of the time or in small groups. I also do a number of things, teach people about metaphysics. Um, I also do sound healings. I teach yoga. I used to be a professional dancer, an artist. And now I spend all of my time in wellness, which I love, helping other people, which I love. Um, and so here I am. Today, I'm doing a forecast on the month of August, here on August 1st. And I just did a recording on the Lionsgate just prior to this. Started there because it's been sitting on the top of my mind, wanting to look at that more deeply. And I haven't written any notes about this month, but just tuning in really quickly. It is a very dynamic month it's going to be. And the whole month really feels magical to me. Like there's just so much assistance coming in to help us, spiritual assistance. And when I say that, you can think about your individual guides, but it's beyond that. It's the beings that have a contract to help the earth evolve, to bring to raise the consciousness of earth and everything on it. So those beings have a contract with earth, not with us individually, although it can overlap. But that's what you really want to think about when we're talking about in this moment, so many beings helping us on earth. Your guides are always helping you, right? Your individual guides are always there helping and in the ways that they can. But there are guides you could think of for the earth. And they're saying like the atmosphere of the earth, so the space around earth as well. Which feels like parts of, the immediate solar system that help to guides to help ensure the safety, protection of earth, the growth of earth into higher consciousness and awareness, and for it to be a place of light, right? This sort of shining light in the universe of harmony. So I got a little sidetracked. So I do feel that magic. That's how that's the word that comes to me when I'm looking at it, is this magic coming in to assist us all in helping to shift things here. So I'm going to pull a series of oracle cards to see what they want me to share with you about the month of August. I'm going to start with this Animal Power Oracle deck. I like this deck because it's a 75 card deck. And sometimes just having a deck that has so many cards is really nice because what can happen with a deck that's smaller is that you can't get so much refinement in the message. Sometimes you have to read into it more, which is fine, right? Like I have lots of 44 card decks that I love, right? And I use all the time. But it is sometimes nice to have one that has so many different messages that can come through clearly, straightforward, directly on the card. So there isn't so much room for misinterpretation. So let's see what they want to share. I'm going to give it a shuffle, although they are harder to shuffle when you have a bigger deck. Do that again. You might hear the birds outside my window. I have bird feeders because I love hearing them sing. Okay. Ooh, we got 2. Shift from fear to love. Yeah, so much of that. Oh my gosh, this brings up the war, the black and white, the polarity in this country, that's happening, right? People are waking up in that way, but it's shift from fear to love. So more of that will be taking place. It's going to become more clear. People's priorities are going to shift. Again, they're going to see things in a new way that they hadn't considered before, and that'll help shift their priorities. The other thing, it's like people are going to be coming together more, and I've been saying this for a while, is us forming into these communities of all kinds, in your physical locations, in your virtual locations, but people you feel connected to in whatever way, or that you resonate with, or that you feel like you can be yourself with, or you feel safe with. All right, so that's going to be coming through more this month. And then trust, open-hearted vulnerability. Right. And so for connection to take place, for us to shift from fear into love, open-hearted vulnerability is necessary for that to happen. Even with ourselves, even with self-love, we have to be vulnerable with ourselves. We have to be willing to look at who we are and look at our pain and our hurt, to come into more self-love, So it's no different when it involves other people. Yeah. The other thing they're wanting me to point out about this card is the trust. It's the trust. It's not only important, but again, it's that shift from fear to love. Also shift from fear into trusting that things are moving in the right direction, that things are going to be okay, that you're going to be okay, that you have community and support around you in ways you know and ways that you don't know. Well, there's our magic. Welcome, nighttime magic. It's about the magic. Time of day doesn't matter. It's the magic. And then connect to the higher wisdom. That's what we'll be doing. That's what's coming in, right? The waking up, new perspectives, things we hadn't considered before, things we didn't notice before. Yeah, okay. Next card deck. This is the Time Traveler's Oracle. One of my favorites I have. I love all my decks. But this is one of my favorites because it's time traveling, right? It goes back into time, but it feels so futuristic. And that's why I like it. She did a great job with this one. I think so. Okay, there's the love again. Love. Yeah, again, the love and connection with thy neighbor, with thy community, with thy friends, new friends forming, new empathy. It's like new pathways and emotional intelligence coming through that will then help us open our minds, open our eyes, change our priorities, change our perspective, and connect more. That's what they were saying. Communication. Let me see what that's about. Speaking up. So this is sharing from the open-hearted place, whether it's positive or negative, good or bad, however you want to think of it. It's sharing. We have to get as much information out there. I recently, just a few days ago, watched the which is now infamous video on YouTube of I'm not good with names. I can't think of his name, but he was on that network, Jubilee, and he has his own journalist outlet called Zateo, and he sat down with 20 conservative people who have conservative politics, although it was really, really far right. It turned out to be. But anyway, after the experience, he said he wasn't sure if he did make the right choice or not, but that he believes showcasing, like having these people talk about how they feel and they think and their views helps us in the end understand, how people are, and how they look at other things. So the communication's about getting it all out. So if you're holding on to information that needs to come forward, bring it forward. If you know something about someone, tell people, right? Always go to people you feel safe with, that can be trusted. If you have something you need to tell someone, tell them, it's like we gotta get it out of us, to help shift things forward. This is as above, so below, and vice versa. As within, so without, right? So it's on individual scale and big scale, like government, type thing. Breakthrough. Yeah. Watch the Lionsgate video along with this, if you can, if you want. And then there's the trust again. Okay, next card deck. And this is my Sedona deck. I can never remember the name of this. I think it's something medicine, but she's an artist in Sedona. And you can find her work around town as well. So breakthrough is at hand. Trust that things are moving in the right direction. New growth is upon us. It's happening in us and the collective too. Moving forward into new waters, onto new horizons, into a new way of being. Yeah, there's the awakening. Also awakening. Goddess of Earth. This is about staying grounded through it all, staying connected to, again, community, to your family, to those you consider family, even if they're not your blood family. Staying grounded and connected through it all. So that's sort of like that strength, courage, integrity. It's that same sort of energy. And persevere. Don't give up. Now is not the time. At some point, excuse me, not that we can turn back, right? We are so far along. There's so much we can't turn back. But there's still things that we need to work through so that it's clearly on this trajectory, that it can't go back even in these subtle ways, even for the timeline to shift and taking longer. We don't want that to happen because it's not going to benefit anyone that needs this information to come out, that really needs to get healed, that needs to come in more to love and into their expression of self. Okay, I'll do one more card. And there's our medicine. It's the medicine. Excuse me. Our medicine power. Let me see what that's about. Everyone getting their dose of medicine this month. For some people, it's going to be medicine that makes them feel really good and really light and have this sort of momentum moving forward. For other people, it's the medicine of realization, of having to come into being exposed, facing the consequences, So that medicine power, again, it depends on where you are. How is it going to respond to you? How have you been living? It's the same energy that's coming in, right? For the same purpose, right? It's to bring us into the truth. It's to move us forward. It's to heal some of our karmic patterns. And if you've been unintegral, manipulative, um, uh, deceitful, um, harming, abusive, then this medicine will bring you more into the reality of being exposed and having to acknowledge that exposure. And it's not even being held accountable yet because we're not quite there. But it's really sort of sitting with, oh, I've been found out sort of thing. And for us that haven't, it's moving us more into the light. It's moving everything more into the light. But if you've been that sort of person that hasn't been living from integrity, it's not going to feel good moving into the light because you're going to have to look at all your stuff. And it's stuff you've been trying to hide for years, right? And get away with for years. So again, it's going to affect us all differently, but the same thing's happening. We're moving into the light. Things are being revealed. They're opening up. Things are moving forward. So this is our energetic forecast for August. Please consider liking and subscribing if you have not yet. And be well. I'll see you later.